Hi, this is Chips from Singletrack magazine, and this is the brand new 2021 Specialized Stumpjumper. I got more and more shonky as we went on. Oh my god. Before we go into the full details of it, I just want to explain where it sits in the Specialized range of travel and operation, I guess, in terms of end user, end use. The Stumpjumper is Specialized all-round trail bike. It's a 140, 130mm all-round capable trail bike, goes uphill, goes downhill, and where it sits in the range has been sort of finely tuned by Specialized to be a bit more clear compared to previous years where there was a Specialized Stumpjumper, there was the Stumpjumper EVO, they had similar travel. Is this a trail bike? Is it an enduro bike? What's going on? They've got a bike called Enduro and all sorts. So what Specialized has done is they have basically delineated the line so that the Stumpjumper itself sits in the middle with bikes above and below it in terms of travel. Going up in travel from the Epic's a 100mm full-on cross-country race bike. Then you get the Epic EVO, which is a 120mm forked fast trail bike. Then you get this is the Stumpjumper Expert, and it's 140, 130 travel. And then above that you get the Stumpjumper EVO that came out last week, and that is a 160, 150 travel bike. And then above that you get the Enduro, and then you get the demo downhill bike. So they've made it so it's a bit clearer. The Stumpjumper EVO is the hooligan ride up, ride down fast bike, whereas the Stumpjumper is an all-round trail bike. It's deliberately lighter than the EVO. The components aren't as burly because that's not what it's all about. If you live for the downhills and only the downhills, then Stumpjumper EVO is great for you. But the Stumpjumper itself is an all-round trail bike. You can have it as your one bike that you ride all year round wherever you live. And if you go to the mountains, you'll probably cope with that fine. You won't be as quick as all the enduro helmeted gravity boys, but it'll still be pretty capable. Although it looks similar to the Stumpjumper of the last couple of years, there have been a few changes. A lot of it's behind the scenes and kind of in terms of the suspension kinematics, how it all pedals, how the geometry sits, where the rider sits on the bike. But there's a few other obvious changes. There's no horse link anymore. The horse link disappeared on the Epic, and now it's no longer on the Stumpjumper. It is on the EVO, and the reason for that is for the performance. It doesn't make that much of a difference, and it does save weight. Saves 50 grams or so in terms of bolts and pivots and things, and you have this nice stiff one-piece full carbon rear triangle and full carbon front. This is obviously an important bike for Specialized because there are so many models. There are 5 different models, including an alloy one. There are 4 carbon versions, including the S-Works, and then there's one alloy model as well, which comes in under £2,000 for the complete bike. This itself is $4,750, and we have a Fox 34 Performance Elite. We've got SRAM G2 brakes. We've got Truvative cranks. We have Roval alloy wheels, and we have SRAM 1x12 gearing. The bike as it is designed to ride it out the shop and straight into the hills. It's pretty well set up. The sizing is worth mentioning as well because Specialized, slightly confusingly, doesn't really do the medium large, extra large. They do S1, S2, S3, S4, and that refers to the length of the bike, so to the reach of the bike and the overall length, because the top tube is pretty low. There's no giant seat mast here, which means that if you like the size of this bike but you wanted a bit more reach, you could go up a size and you wouldn't start having to run shorter and shorter dropper posts. The seat tube length is pretty short. This is an S4, and I ride a medium or large mountain bike generally, and I can ride an S3 or an S4. Interestingly, the bikes now go in size from S1, which is pretty small, up to S6, which is equivalent of an XL or XXL. So there's a lot of range there, and obviously Specialized is looking for covering the biggest amount of customers they can. Just while I'm here, we obviously have our SWAT in the down tube, which he says, I don't know what's in here, there we go. That comes on all the carbon bikes. You get your little SWAT little bag, you put your inner tube or your tools or your burrito in. You can fit things up there. If you've got a little jacket, you can fit that in there, and there's room down there. So there's lots of room for storage, and Specialized has spent the last few years trying to persuade riders not to ride around with so much gear on their back. So there's SWAT shorts, and the bike comes with a little tool on the bottle cage, all designed so that you just kind of grab your bike, get on it, ride it. I've had a few days of riding on this. We went up to Scotland, went up to Peebles, and we did a big ride of the classic Gypsy Glen, which we've got some footage of, and we then also did some playing around in some of the steeper trails. And the bike itself is brilliant. Personally, it's like any bigger than this. Like I rode the EVO as well. I don't think I actually went any quicker on the EVO because the limiting factor is no longer the bike, it's the rider. So that's just me. But the Stumpy is obviously the bike people think of with Specialized, and this model is designed to be the distillation of that Stumpjumper ethos and the core bike to Specialized range. And I think they've done a brilliant job. The bike itself is pretty subtle. It's the silhouette is distinctive, but the bike is reasonably subtle. Many of the models come in black. There are some slightly more exciting colours, but most of the models seem to come in black as well. So for the shy and the less showy off riders, you'll love these. There is a sort of matte black carbon motif, I guess, that appears on the bike, on all the bikes. I'm not sure why, but there you go. Looks a bit like it's been resprayed, but there you go. What do I know about design? And we've also got this rubberized down tube armour under there. But as I was saying, the bike itself, the Stumpy, seems to the fit is great. The performance, small bump performance, and the bigger hip performance is really good. And I think as a package, it's a pretty mean machine. So this has been Chips from Singletrack magazine, and this is the 2021 Specialized Stumpjumper. Oh my god.
Oh, there. Oh.